to remove the tumor from his pituitary.
These cocky giants were dead sure they'd crush those tiny fighters without even breaking a sweat. But refusing to swallow that humiliation, the brave David stepped up to punish the arrogant Goliaths. Proving once again that size ain't everything. Mighty Mo is a real killer in the ring because he can send anyone to the other world with his nuclear fists. But one day, the matchmakers decided to give Mo a light snack and put him up against a little Thai guy named Kauklai Kennersing. There was a ridiculous 110-pound weight gap between them, roughly 2.5 Hasbullahs. No wonder everyone in the arena thought Mo would steamroll his opponent. The bell rang, and Mo, wishing to quickly turn this comedy into a tragedy, began to shoot his tiny opponent with large caliber ammunition. Their uneven duel was more like a boss fight in a video game at the impossible level, because the Titan wasn't taking any damage. But then, the little fighter apparently saved up his ultimate and decided to prove that he shouldn't be underestimated by delivering an express delivery of a spectacular high kick. This burger giant is called Akabono, and one day he was served Remy Bunyaski on a square plate. Their fight began, and Akabono immediately started whetting his appetite by hunting down his opponent. Bunyaski tried to turn Akabono into a chop like Gordon Ramsay. But his punches through the cholesterol corset had no effect. So the slimmer fighter decided to tear down the skyscraper. This giant is trying to flex on a guy who's literally 2 times smaller than him. And when this pathetic fatso couldn't even lift the tiny fighter, he started slapping his back like a full-blown Karen meltdown. But the pink-haired dandelion didn't waste a second. He delivered a public execution right on the spot. Then came the Thai Butterbean, who couldn't survive a brutal 3-kick combo from a tiny Muay Thai striker. A combo that sent him dreaming about double cheeseburgers and ice-cold Coke. Giant Hongman Choi was once a real menace in MMA. And in fall 2015, he was matched with a Japanese mini warrior named Carlos Toyota. Carlos blasted forward like a Toyota Supra in Fast and Furious 3, ready to send the Korean giant straight to the auto service station. Next up is the filthy walking chemical laboratory, Bob Sapp. That night he faced an opponent weighing 200 pounds less, so naturally he was chill, fully convinced the win was already guaranteed. But once the bell rang, the enormous monster was on the floor in under a minute. Offended, the juiced-up ogre tried to home run his tiny opponent, breaking every rule in the book. Even the referee caught some smoke. But Karma's apostles didn't let that slide and wrote a new chapter in his destiny. A skull-splitting elbow of justice. This massive woman thought her opponent was her biggest threat, but then the gravity stepped up. She was offered water to rehydrate, but she refused, because only Coke could save her. This audacious steroid ambassador seriously believed he could out-grapple Dustin Poirier.
He might get up, let's see.
Just because of his steel-plated muscles. But Poirier quickly taught him why you don't mess with a UFC champion. Then there was this pumped-up gym bro so full of himself that he was telling a small boxer to hit harder, acting like an OG gangster. Cocky as ever, he even entered the ring without headgear, rocking a chain, not taking his opponent seriously at all. He had no clue the weak little dude in front of him was a professional boxer. So the giant kept clowning him, thinking his punches would feel like mosquito bites. But eventually, the little guy got sick of the rascal's nasty attitude and delivered a brutal, life-changing lesson in respect. This psycho is Alexander Orlov. He attacks regular people on the street and deliberately picks weaker opponents. And this beer-bellied bully clearly believed that his size advantage would be enough against a smaller opponent. But just 16 seconds in, he took a warning shot straight to the beard. But that cocky heavyweight clearly didn't realize who was being hunted. Instead, he charged forward at his opponent, trying to look all intimidating. So the mini butcher from Bay Harbor had to inject the wild hog with a heavy dose of tranquilizer. But even that didn't sober up this budget Peter Griffin. So he had no choice but to throw the giant gingerbread man straight into the oven.
И теперь уже действительно паршиво. Кажется, что после этого одерживает Курт Азиз Камалов.
Now let's shift to Thailand, where yet another cocky giant thought he could snatch the crown of Muay Thai legend Saenchai. And when the fight kicked off, this jacked monster unloaded his entire arsenal. But the Muay Thai god wasn't about to let the fight go that way. He snapped out his left that sent the big guy's ass crash-testing the canvas. Somehow, this colossal giant managed to stand back up, basically signing his own death sentence. Because after that, Saenchai had no choice but to empty the whole clip of deadly strikes. This skyscraper of a street fighter thought he'd wipe the floor with his tiny opponent. He was absolutely convinced he'd squash this little bug with zero effort. But the moment the fight kicked off, the small warrior charged straight at the Titan. Then, this dollar store MGK lookalike started spamming long-range kicks. Terrified of catching dwarfism just by being too close, and probably that's why this Viking acted like victory was already in the bag. But then Baby Hulk brought the hammer down. He sent the overconfident giant back to Earth and proved once again that size doesn't win fights.
You know where it goes?
At an official urban boxing event, the real matchup of David versus Goliath finally went down. And this self-absorbed giant genuinely believed he'd cruise to an easy victory, counting on his elite body stats. But the tall guy's barn-style looping punches never even touched the mini Kratos' head. So the small guy, after surviving No Nut November and gathering all his masculine energy, decided it was time to finish the giant.
Ce knockout! A reușit lupul! O lovitură cu brațul drept în capul marocanului și este...
This steroid-soaked idiot seriously thought he'd easily beat a fragile little girl who was several times smaller than him. But the girl flipped the filthy giant with a laugh, leaving a nice autograph right under his eye. This cocky protein ambassador thought the small dude posed zero threat. But he had no idea the guy was a full-on professional jiu-jitsu fighter. And the arrogant brute was instantly punished for his dirty mockery by a spear-like strike that pierced right through him. Dear friends, today you have witnessed how small fighters punished huge giants for their terrible behavior. We truly hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to share it with your friends. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments what else you'd like to see. See you soon.
Ce knockout! A reușit lupul! O lovitură cu